Hi, I'm John Lovitz.
And I'm Charlotte McKinney.
And today on our podcast, What Do They Know? Our guest was Andrew Dice Clay. What'd you think?
Oh, amazing.
Terrific guy, very funny, touching. And he talks about everything, about his beginnings and stand-up and Rodney and playing arenas and his life and how he came up with it. It's really very informative. A side of Andrew you don't normally see. Will you shut up? Here he is, Andrew Dice Clay.
Woo! The Dice Man. And we're on.
We're on. I'm John Lovitz.
I'm Charlotte McKinney, and I'm so excited.
Welcome to our podcast, What Do They Know? With a special guest, Andrew Dice Clay. And my first question for you is, years ago, there was a guy, it was the Dice Man. He would do arenas and stand-up. Was that you?
Yeah.
What?
Did we really start?
Yeah, goof.
Started.
How do you know that, though? He didn't say anything.
He put his
He
hand
went
up.
like this. He signaled us.
When?
Just now.
What's his name again?
Aaron.
Aaron! I don't believe this. Where did he go?
He waves in the booth.
But did it really begin? I don't want to waste talk time.
Well, you're wasting it. We've started.
His thumbs up.
Didn't you hear my intro?
Did I see the dog?
They see the
So, all right.
What's
so
on your shirt, by the way?
Can we start over?
Restart. Here,
Oh,
here we
okay,
go. We're
all right.
restarting.
No. All right, here we go. You're on, Johnny.
You want to start over, really? All right.
Not really, but I didn't know we were really going.
Oh, we're really starting. Okay.
How does he
We're
hear
really-
me? How's the sound?
Good.
I like that we don't have to wear headphones
I
on a
hate
show. like
Everything's
this.
good. Okay, you ready?
You know, because people used to break my chops with the headphones
Yeah,
in the
we're
gym.
trying to start.
No, I am started.
No, we haven't.
No, I like that you haven't. What?
Well, then we're leaving in the part where we started.
Okay, that's fine too.
So you
but-
were the Dice Man. That's you?
Yeah, that's 100%.
Well, that is a
me.
small.
Crazy.
What are you talking? We're friends for 30 years. You know, and you're asking me if I'm the same person that you knew before. You drove me here.
Oh,
you
that's
understand?
right. You picked
You
him up.
ordered the coffee. I made him order the coffee because I said, I don't know, like, if your assistant does any of that stuff. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? And he goes, basically, you're on the show too, Charlotte, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And he goes, it's not my assistant. So you're,
Oh, he
are you
called-
the main
No.
host or the co-host?
He called you.
No,
He
you
called me the assistant?
No.
No, you said, I'll have my assistant get you
No, I
coffee.
didn't.
Oh, you didn't say that.
John doesn't have an assistant.
Well,
No,
how
you
does it
said it.
sound? How does it sound? Okay?
You
How
called
does
her
it
the
sound?
assistant.
You're sitting there, guy that knows me since we did Saturday Night Live in 1990 and became friends from that show. And he's going, like a jerk-off guy going, are you the Dice Man that did stadiums and arenas?
That's John.
Yeah,
trying to be
are you?
funny.
Well, you could be an imposter. I don't know. How do I know? I didn't
All
do a
right.
DNA test.
We're very close. We have late night talks.
Late night.
That's right.
I want to be in on
Oh,
it.
you want to hear something funny, Charlotte?
I want it all.
I'm going to tell you this about him, and I don't
Please.
care if he gets mad. So I'm in New York a lot now. So the dog's in here too.
That's right. He might have questions.
All right. So anyway, we could be on the phone,
Yeah.
and it's obviously 3 hours later in New York, but I'm on the phone a lot of times till 3 or 4 in the morning.
yeah.
And he says, I gotta go. It's 11 o'clock.
Yeah.
In Los
11:10.
Angeles.
Yeah, and I go, what are you gonna do? He goes, oh, I'm gonna go to sleep now. I go, what are you kidding, right? You're a comedian and you're going to sleep at 11:10 in the night? Like,
Yeah.
and when do you wake up? At 11?
No, like
sleeps at
8.
For what? What's going on at 8?
My dog wakes me up.
Nothing's going on at 8. Nothing.
Nothing in your
Nothing.
world.
The freeways are crowded. The streets are crowded. Nobody could get over the hill to go to work. That's
Nothing
what's
is
going
going
on.
on.
The whole idea.
The whole city's up, but you.
The whole idea of being a comedian is to live the nightlife.
Mm-hmm.
See,
Well, I did that for years, and I don't.
but what I'm saying
now,
is,
if I stay up till 2, I wake up hungover, and I don't even drink.
you have a young co-host, right?
Get it together.
No, but I mean, you're a young person. You know, obviously you like the nightlife too,
Yeah,
right?
I love it.
So you get a little older, like John. I mean, you could see the age on him, but that
We're the
doesn't
same
mean-
age, you schmuck.
Yeah, but
Wait, are you guys the same age?
Yes.
I'm the face.
He's the face.
You're not the face. Take a
Well,
look.
I have a face.
Profile.
We did a thing where she goes, no one
Profile.
knows who you are. And we went to the Sportsman's Lodge where they have the thing, and everybody knew who I was. A woman came out from a
What do you
restaurant.
mean where they have
She
the
was, I'm
thing?
from Brazil.
Everyone knew. I was. Everyone knew who John was.
We're at
She
the
was-
Sportsman's Lodge.
Yeah.
Have you been there?
Are you kidding me when you say something like that?
No. No, I'm not kidding. I don't know. You don't.
The-
you
the
don't go out.
buffet-
You're like a bat. You don't go out till
The
11 at night.
brunch, the Sunday brunch
Where?
at Sportsman's Lodge. Do you understand how
The
many
shops.
times
I don't
I've
think
been
the
there?
lodge is open, is it?
No. I used to
used to
go
be.
to the brunch, which was the best brunch.
Excuse me.
Tommy G would come with me all the time. You know, Tom Green.
Oh yes.
Oh my
He's
fave.
He's like my best friend in stand-up.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
I'm upset. I'm assuming you saw his documentary and
Yeah, I did. I
it's
thought it
just
was great.
phenomenal.
I love
loved
him,
it.
but that's him.
Mm-hmm.
He's the greatest guy.
Very nice guy.
And I'm sorry we're not talking about you for a second.
I just said he's very
So-
nice.
No, I'm sorry. Excuse me. You know
what?
Excuse me
I'm
that I
literally
came to do
2
your
seconds
podcast.
from picking you up and flipping you onto the Empire State Building. You know that?
I understand.
So keep
I
it
do.
up.
I don't want a beating, but I am close with Tommy G. You know,
Jealous.
Yeah.
and that's why I call him Tommy G. Nobody else does.
Yeah, you can do that.
You know what I mean? That's his. You know, it's a guy in Brooklyn, Vincent. He got close with, so they named him Tommy G. So that's it, TG.
TG.
But his doc, I think people should watch it. It's on what's it on, Prime?
I want to say it's on Prime.
Yeah, it's on Prime.
It's
And
so good.
there's
You guys
more
have to see
stuff coming.
it. Oh, really?
That's right. Tommy G, if you understand me, when I say something like this, he had to leave Hollywood. So he sold his house and he got, it's like 150 acres.
It looks beautiful.
No, I'm
It is.
seeing pictures of it on
It
Facebook.
looks
It's beautiful.
so nice.
But why
It's-
did he have to leave?
Well, you know, this goes all the way back to
'Cause of
Brooklyn,
you?
and there are just certain things I'm not going to talk about on the air, but Tommy understands with Vincent, and, you know, just it was time to go.
Vincent
You
Van
know.
Gogh?
And it was time to go. I'll talk to someone with a brain.
Thank you.
And so he moved and he went back to Canada, got 158. It's unreal.
It looks so
I've
cool.
seen pictures of it. It's beautiful.
It's I've been there. It's beautiful.
You've
He's
been
got
there?
his own lake. He makes like barbecues like outside. It's like an old like house cabin that it's really like a cozy. He became like a cowboy
Yeah.
for real, you know.
love it.
And he's
Didn't he,
unreal.
and he bought a. Didn't
He
buy
also has a
donkey?
dog like you,
He has a
Charlie.
donkey.
His
Doesn't he
dog's-
name Betsy?
Did you
or
see
something?
Charlie?
Maybe
Charlie
a little
goes on
cuter.
stage with him. How do you like that? I
Yeah.
know you go everywhere
I don't
with
like
your
it.
dog.
Do you
I don't
bring-
like it at all.
Do you?
You don't
bring-
like what?
That he goes on stage with him.
Why? Why is that?
Because I don't
wrong?
think he's paying him. I think he should pay him. It's using. It's like taking advantage.
So Dice, are you touring like right now?
I don't-
Tell
I
us
don't-
everything. What
you know
are you
what?
doing?
The career is really cooking as far as live appearance and. But what I started doing like these arena guest spots, you know, and I start. You're right. You need like
I told you.
Robitussin or
It's
something.
allergies.
No, that's what he says.
Wait. Arena
urine.
guest spots for who?
I actually did a couple with Bill Burr.
Amazing.
That's how the whole thing started.
This is his comedy network, you know.
Okay. Great.
Just letting you know.
So, okay, I get
Big
it. You
shot.
already told me this.
Well, you don't remember.
So I went to see him at the Prudential Center in Jersey just to see his show. And I was wearing a leather.
Of
you
course.
Know. I
You were in the
normally
look.
wear a leather, you know,
Yeah.
when I go out.
Okay.
And the minute I walked in, he just gets up. He goes, "You're going to do some time, right, Dice?" And I haven't done an arena since 2000.
Wow.
And I go, "No, I'm here to watch. I just want to see the show, you know." And I was with my girl, you know. He's like one of my favorite comics, Bill.
Yeah.
So I wanted her to see him live. You know, I thought he goes, "No, he goes, I don't care what you do, but you got to go up there." And
Fuck yeah.
and I did. And the minute I got introduced, I will say the crowd went berserk, you know.
Obviously.
Yeah.
And because I didn't know that. I didn't know that would happen.
You didn't think they'd remember you?
Well, I didn't know. I know he's drawing his audience. I know it's the East Coast, but it's his audience. So they went nuts. So I felt I could have done an hour, you know, once I got started.
So fun.
So then I get a call on a Monday night because I've always been close with Guns N' Roses,
Sick.
you know, since
Yeah.
I'm like the only comic that ever went on. But I did the Rose Bowl with them in 92 or 93.
Amazing.
So I'm just at home and I get a text on a Monday night if I want to do the MetLife Stadium, which is the old Giant Stadium,
Yeah.
for the next night. And now you're not talking about 18 or 20,000. You're talking about 60,000 people.
Jesus.
So even my girl was like, she's like, you know, you don't have to do that. And I've told her all the war stories.
Yeah, yeah.
you know.
She knows.
Yeah, but she's never seen it. You know,
Okay.
she saw a little at the Prudential.
Okay.
And I said, yeah, but, you know, I do have to do it. It's who I am. And now the switch is on. Like,
Yeah.
I know I'm capable of still doing that stuff.
Of course.
So, I mean, it's really unreal. You know, like she
Well, wait.
filmed me walking
What
out.
happened? So you're saying you had one day. They go, he's going to be at this giant stadium, 60,000 seats,
And I'm going to go
tomorrow
on.
night.
Yeah, tomorrow night.
And how many tickets did you sell out?
Oh, you're so dumb.
No, it's amazing. I'm saying.
They were playing it. Guns N' Roses.
Oh,
was-
you left that part
and I
out.
just got a
Damn
call like,
fool.
do you want to, you know, be like a special guest?
Oh, I see.
And
Yeah,
see,
you
the
left
thing
that
about
out.
that, see, why she got nervous, she goes, they're not there for comedy. They're there for rock and roll.
I see.
And they already
But
had an
you are
opening
rock
act
and roll.
going. No, I do get that.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I've always understood
There's
what
a
I do
different-
as
you're
a
not-
comic.
You're a different.
Which is what?
Place.
You know, place. I'm talking to Charlotte. Is she allowed to have a minute?
Go
Let us
ahead.
have
You
our
know.
time.
So anyway, you know, I give my girl the phone. I go, just make sure you get it when I walk out there, you know.
Yeah.
And I get introduced, and you got 60,000 maniacs on their feet going nuts when I came out.
Sick.
So, but you got to understand, I've been thinking of getting back into the arena game because, like, Joe Rogan will always say it. Even Bill Burr will say it because Bill Burr saw me when I did in Boston 3 nights at the, oh, shit, I forget, the Centrum, the Boston Centrum is where he saw me, you know, 35 years ago. You know, from what he tells me, you know, and he goes, that's when I decided I'm going to do this. And he goes, but I'll never play the drums on stage because that was my end bit. And so, you know, from him to Joe Rogan always talking about the reason there is arena comedy today is because of the explosion of what Dice did in the late 80s and the 90s. Like, you like to bring up Steve Martin because Steve Martin did like 1 or 2 shows in arenas, He did.
But you were the...
No, but then I really invented arena comedy because I was so bored by, that comics don't really understand performance on stage. And before I was ever a comic, I was a singer, a drummer, I was an entertainer. So, when I started learning the comedy, it was like become a concert performer, not a club act,
Yeah.
Because it's hard when you get up in front of 20,000 people, you have to know how to keep them involved and engaged. And, I studied guys more like Elvis and, Muhammad Ali and drummers like Buddy Rich and Gene Krupa, like the Beatles, exciting. So when I started, building as a comic, even though I wanted an acting career, which I was just really using a comedy stage to develop my own method of stand-up, my own method of acting, I should say.
Yeah.
So, but by doing that, the dice thing built, and it became mania by, 88.
And so when that really took off, how old were you?
Just about 30.
Sweet.
Yeah.
And is Clay after, I swear to God, before you mention him, is that after Cassius Clay? Because I know that's not your last name, is it?
No.
No. Well, where did you get the name, Dice Clay?
Well, Clay, if you think about it, was a president.
Henry Clay.
Not Henry.
Henry Clay was a senator.
Now I'm not going to tell you the president's name. Now it's going to drive you nuts. There was a president, Andrew Clay Jackson. Now, why my parents named me Clay, I can't tell you.
Oh, that's
understand?
your middle name?
Yeah. How many years?
Well,
are we
how'd you come
friends?
up with Dice? I don't know the story.
The Dice story is in the book called The Filthy Truth that came out a few years. I never would talk about it for years.
Well, tell me about the album.
What?
The
Day the Laughter Died.
Yeah.
This, I don't know how much he's supposed to know me.
I know
like
about
you
the
guys- I feel
album,
like
but
you
you're
guys
wearing
just met.
Sure.
No, the day
Excuse
the
me,
Laughter died.
we drove here and you said you wanted to talk about it. So I'm
The Day
asking you.
the Laughter Died is the most famous stand-up album ever in history.
Amazing.
Okay, it's a double CD of. I couldn't tell you what's on it because I winged the whole album.
And didn't you guys not cut anything out from
Yeah,
it's
nothing.
Like full...
Yeah. When people heckle me
So
and they
fucking
walk
sick.
out on me,
I
I just
love that shit.
I love it.
I
But
love
at
it.
the time, I was doing 80 to 100,000 a week, 100,000 people a week.
Yeah.
So Rick Rubin, who's the record producer, I did 5 albums with him. We
amazing.
get into this whole thing of like, I want to do something different. I want to do like when I'd be on at the Comedy Store at, 2 a.m.
Yeah.
with nobody there.
Yeah.
And actually go in New York, and we did it at Dangerfield's in New York, to unsuspecting crowds that just hated me, and the more they hated me, the more I loved it. And I would just make up the material. I mean, to this day, I never listened to the whole thing.
Really?
Yeah, I remember Rick coming to me and goes, do you want to hear the album? And, I go, whatever, not really.
Yeah.
And I was told how it was going to ruin my career, by, David Geffen, who put the records out, and Mitzi Shaw from the Comedy Store.
Yeah.
She goes, I want to come up to your house. I want to hear a little of the album. So we're in the kitchen. And I'm playing it for her, and she's hearing crickets,
Yeah.
and and she's looking at me, going, "Is this a joke?" And I go, "You don't like it?" She goes, "It's gonna ruin your career. Your career's over when this album comes out."
Really?
I go, "Let me worry about that." The album came out on Monday. By Thursday, it was gold. I mean, they couldn't print them quick enough.
You knew.
But I remember, I think you told me about it.
I've always known where I am in my career.
Yeah.
Like right now, I've been doing a lot of Kill Tony, and
Yeah, I saw
you
that.
know, he came to me when he was going into the Garden. I was playing the Mothership in Austin, which I love that club.
Yeah.
You ever been there, John?
No.
I'll make a call. So I know everybody.
I was just in Austin doing the Cap Cities, but I know Joe forever, but
You were just on
you haven't been
his
at,
podcast.
well,
no, but you haven't been there.
know, if he wanted me, I guess he'd ask, right?
If you want me to ask, I'll make a call.
Why don't you ask yourself?
Listen to me, Johnny. I know you're a tough guy in L.A. I know you got a certain reputation, which also goes all the way back to Brooklyn, and Vincent seems to know who you are also. But
That's right.
let's not play that game. If you want me to ask, I'll ask. You understand?
Yeah, I get it.
Okay. So anyway, like we were saying, I was in Austin. You just want to throw me off. And I was doing some shows at the Mothership. Mm-hmm. And I go, me and Tony Hinchcliffe, we go for dinner. And after dinner, he does this whole number because he was booked to do, he's got the biggest live podcast in the world.
He's killing it.
I mean, it's selling out arenas, an actual podcast.
Wow.
It's unreal. So outside this steak place at 2:30 in the morning, he goes into this big intro of me, and he's holding his phone. Then he hits the phone, and it's all these dice coming across the screen, and he goes, "You got to do the Garden." He goes, "You're the first comic to do arena comedy. We're all doing arena comedy now because of what you started.
Exactly.
So you got to do the Garden." And I go, and I didn't want, it's not like I want him to ask me a bunch of times. I'm not. It's just like I told him, I go, I just don't think, your audience, they're in their 20s and maybe early 30s. I don't know if they're going to know who I am. And he goes, who do you think's watching you on the Instagram videos and the TikTok videos? He goes, what do you think it is, 90-year-olds?
No.
No. He goes, they're kids. They love you,
And you know what I really love is what I got so into is just your Instagram is literally my favorite. Just you going up to people, even at the airport the day, Marky, like it's just.
And you know what's
I
so
fucking
crazy
love
about
it.
I just love doing it.
It's so fun. And I love that kind of shit. I like doing that stuff too. It's just
I just showed him one. What was the one I showed you that with the people take a good look? We were in the Starbucks. I go, you got to see what I put up today. So it's two people on the corner.
Okay.
And I'm like, go ahead, take it in from head to toe. You probably want the, and they're looking like, what? like I set up for them to meet me on this corner. I just love doing it so much.
It's so fucking good, and I love it. It's your thing.
I didn't realize it would become a giant thing.
Amazing.
It's like I get between, I'm not talking the followers, but I get between
the views.
5 and
It's more
7.
about the views than the followers.
Yeah,
they say.
up to
you
7.
have the engagement.
It's like 7,000 views a month.
That's amazing.
That's ridiculous.
It's crazy.
So that's why I am building into that arena thing again, and I mean, there's no better place to do comedy than a club, and I do a thing called Club Dice, which it's like a high ticket price in a comedy club. But I'm doing the theaters, and now I'm starting to do these bigger than life arenas and getting used to, like, the last one I did was, so when I did the Garden, that killed, so I'm going, okay, I could do this. I could still do this, and then I did it on, this is funny, I did it on the 30th of December and New Year's Eve in Austin at the H-E-B Arena. And what's funny is I was rehearsing at a studio in New York, Jailhouse Rock from Elvis. I even got the whole outfit he wore on the 68 comeback.
Amazing.
And then, I get to Texas, and one of the musicians gets to me and says, we can't do that song. And I'm only rehearsing for a month, so it comes off the right way.
Why not?
because it's a real song. It's something they'd have to pay for. You know, you gotta pay for these things.
Yeah.
And so I said, all right, I got, this toast. I could come on. I'll do a set on the 30th. And New Year's Eve, I told Tony, I'll come out. I'll say, I just came out tonight. I want to wish everybody a happy and a healthy New Year. Raise your glasses. Here's to all of you. Sucking my dick. Oh! And he goes, that's perfect, Dice.
I fucking love it.
That's like something I used to fight with hecklers in the audience.
Yeah.
And it could go on for 20 minutes.
Of course.
And at the end of it, I go, you know what, pal? That was great. I can't even knock you down. You weren't just some drunk. You had lines. You were funny. Everybody, but pick up your glass to this guy. Everybody, hold your glass. Here's to you, pal, really. Sucking my dick. Yeah, what's your name, honey? Any idea? When I would do, when a guy's there in the front row with his girl, thinking that's where he wants to be, and I'm talking to the guy. How long are you guys going out? Oh, 3 months now. Yeah, and how do you get along with her? Everything good, And the girl, yeah, everything's pretty okay. I go, bottom line, she suck a good dick, yes or no? And that was the formula.
How do you think she got that way?
Very good. Only I delivered it better, and that's why
You delivered it better than me?
Well, when I stole the line from you about, what you just said.
Right.
How do you think she got to be that way? And so,
I didn't mind. I was kind of flattered that you stole it.
No, I understand that. A lot of lines. Remember?
It's so good.
Remember?
Hickory dickory dock.
Let's hear it.
No, it's not where I was going.
No.
Why do you try to? What do you think you're reading my mind? Now I'm not even going to do it. I was going to do
Well,
it.
good. I don't want you to do it. I have a question for you. Because you've said, you go, I'm not an actor, but you get rave reviews. But I am an actor, and I really want...
No. Excuse me, John. A little out of order there, right?
Yeah.
Now. Because, as I said to you in Charlotte just a little while ago, that it was all about acting, and that's why I even got on a comedy stage. Instead of going to an acting school, I went to one acting class, and the teacher was the same. She was a teacher, but she also casted the show Taxi.
Okay. Oh, wow.
Okay, back then.
Yeah.
And come to my acting class. I went.
Yeah.
And she's got these 2 people up there doing a scene. And I really want to go over to this chick and go, they're talentless. Which is what I told my first wife when I had an argument with her after 6 years. She quit acting on her first date, which is hilarious.
Yeah.
Like, come out here to become an actress. And I go, well, if you're going to be an actress, I'm the wrong guy. I go, that's 2 people getting disappointed all the time.
It's hard.
And if one starts to make it and the other can't get I go,
yeah.
So she stopped acting till we were married. Right, John? John.
Yes, but
Section
that's not
8,
what
John.
I was going to ask
right,
you.
Section 8. So anyway, we're living on Laurel Canyon in the shit apartment above where you watch all the traffic coming from Sunset to go. Those apartments with the cars underneath? We're right there on Laurel.
Amazing.
So one night, this is, I don't know, 6 months before it all ended. And she starts like bombarding. Her friend was over and she goes, well, I am going to be an actress now. I want to be an actress. And she goes, I don't understand, because she was drinking, why you don't think I should be an actress.
Uh-oh.
And I go, do you want the truth? And she goes, yeah, I do. And it's in front of her. I go, you're talentless.
Oh.
And she goes,
Andrew.
what does that mean? I go, it means you're void of any kind of talent. I go, I'm with you for years now. I go, what do? You know, sing, dance, comedy, acting. I go, I really don't even like the way you dance when I take you out. It's false. It's not real. So that was a little punch in the face.
Just a little.
Me.
I would die.
Yeah, she went nuts from the.
Did
no,
she
but she
lose her-
was.
did she
Okay,
go
but
ape
you've said
She
this to
was.
me recently. This is my question.
Yeah.
I do think you're an actor, and you go,
No,
no,
but-
I'm not. But this is my question I want to ask.
Okay.
You've worked with, and you've gotten rave reviews. I'm not saying you're not. You told me you're not, but you've worked with
The only
Lady
point
Gaga
I want you to say all
and
this.
Catherine.
I want you to say
Kate
but my-
Blanchett.
My point was that the reason I went to that acting class, so God bless you, 1,000
Charlotte,
times.
he's
You should only
farting.
live for 100 years. Anyway, I went to that acting class, and when I saw two terrible, talentless people doing a scene, why is the acting teacher critiquing that rather than going,
Hey,
here's your
let's-
money back, you should leave?
No. That's
So I decided just stay on a comedy stage and develop my own method of
that's
acting.
really interesting. I love that.
Okay,
Now,
my question is, you did movies, and you clearly held your own, got rave reviews with Kate Blanchett in Blue Jasmine, and Lady Gaga, you played her father in
Yeah, fantastic.
yeah, I got to do a lot of.
what?
Oh, A Star Is Born.
Star is Born, yeah.
Bradley
So my
Cooper,
question to you is, because I am an actor,
work
and
with
so is Charlotte.
Scorsese,
How
but I
was
work
it-
with real people.
No, I know. So my question to you is, can you talk about working doing a scene with Kate and with Lady Gaga? I'm curious, like, what it was like, what they were like to work
You
with.
know what? You go in a zone. Like I really hardly ever get. I mean, I have forget what's the name of the movie I got coming out with Pete Davidson, Eddie Murphy is the
Oh,
star.
I saw that. What's that?
Sugar Plum's gonna be so mad when I. It's. Do you know the name of the movie? That's.
No.
Can we find out?
Let's find out.
Yeah,
Let me
it's
look it
Eddie
up.
Murphy's next movie. I already filmed it, and I'm excited about it. I've always wanted to work
Murphy's
with
next
Eddie,
movie.
and
Well,
I
talk
normally
about
don't
that
get
too.
to do comedies. What's it called again?
Now I don't have service.
Well, I'd love to hear you talk about working with all three of them.
No, but what's funny is, working with Eddie
Shrek
was
5?
What's that?
It says Shrek 5.
No,
No.
not Truck 5. But it's I forget. I'm not going to
Excuse me.
start calling her now. So it's Eddie Murphy's next movie. We already filmed it, Eddie Murphy and Pete Davidson. And so when I got that call, just knowing it's Eddie, I'm in, because I always loved Eddie.
Right.
And what?
The pickup.
Thank you. So the name of the
Pickup.
movie
So
with
you've
Eddie
already
Murphy,
shot it. It's
The
coming out.
Pickup,
Okay.
yeah. And
Great.
so that was a comedy. But other than that, I normally always get calls for drama,
I love that.
and that's what I wanted to be.
Yeah.
Is a dramatic actor, And I mean, the first real drama I was doing was Michael Mann, who did Miami Vice and
So
movies
right.
like
Yeah,
Ollie,
yeah.
Crime Story,
Yeah.
which had, just all these great actors from, Tony Dennison to Dennis Farina to Kevin Spacey to Michael Madsen to Caruso, David Caruso. I mean, every guy you could imagine that wound up making it in Hollywood did Crime Story. And so, but even over the last 15 years, because the career got derailed for a while, like anything. But
It
once I
happens.
started coming back with Entourage,
Oh, yeah, I forgot you're in Entourage. I
yeah,
loved you in Entourage.
Doug Ellen even
yeah.
he called it. He said, "You're going to do this last season. I'm giving you this season, and wait till you see what happens to your career." And nobody. I did, I think, 5 out of the 7 episodes. It was a whole story arc, and it was hilarious and funny, and had everything it needed to blow me up. And here comes Scorsese with Vinyl, Woody Allen with Blue Jasmine and Kate Blanchett and Sally Hawkins and Alec Baldwin. And it was to work with those actors and to do those kind of scenes, you're like removed. If you're any kind of actor, you really just become that person. Mm-hmm. And that's what I got to do some of in these different projects. You know, like in the Scorsese thing, I'm this out of control a guy that owns all these record stations. He's a coke addict. He just everything. Just out
What's
of my
the name
mind.
of that movie?
That was called Vinyl. That was HBO with Bobby Cannavale.
Okay.
You know? And it was a series. And Scorsese loved me so much he didn't want to kill me off, which they wind up doing. You know, I'm just out of control. But I felt out of control, you know. And, you know, I honestly, I just smoked pot starting 7 a.m, you know, to be this guy. You know, which felt so weird because you're showing up to work just stoned.
I love it.
And I could remember, this fucking jerk off, not Scorsese, this like producer on the set, he comes over, he goes, you know, Dice, there's 1 million cops on the set here and you're smoking real weed, you know. And I said, do you understand where we are? You know, we're in New York.
Yeah.
There's not a cop in New York that's looking to put handcuffs on me. Walk away.
Yeah.
Just walk away.
Sick.
And I would just smoke the pot. And what was funny,
Is your character supposed to be high?
yeah, he was out of his mind.
So
Well,
you
you
didn't think that maybe you should try acting as opposed to really smoking?
No,
you son of a bitch.
At
I
that
like that you
time,
did
I was
that.
really into the weed, the medical marijuana stuff.
Are you still
so
into it now? That's
not
my
as-
downfall.
Nowhere, not nowhere near back then.
Yeah.
You know, it was just like it was brand new, and and my whole life I never got into any drugs or alcohol.
That's what I wanted to ask you. Like during these times, you're at the store late night. Were you ripping lines and doing that stuff, or
Never,
no?
wouldn't even.
Because I know John never got into any.
No, wouldn't even think about it.
Really?
You know, yeah, it's not what
Okay.
I came out to LA for. It's
I love
like
that.
my whole thing was I was going to make it and just go back to Brooklyn.
Yeah.
But I learned I love LA.
Yeah.
You know, so I haven't been on the East Coast this much in years.
Okay.
You know, so I go back and forth now, but you know, I do love LA, you know, and I love the whole thing about LA, you know. I love the showbiz aspect, I love the weather, you know, and then I love going back to New York for like a week or two through all the years, you know, in the winter, do my concerts and then come back.
Yeah.
But now I have a place there and I got a place here, so.
Well, for
Living
the
the dream.
movie for a second, did you? I'm sure you did enjoy working with Woody Allen and Kate Blanchett. And
Yeah, Woody,
I
you know
did a
what?
movie with him once, but I want to hear what it was like for you.
Well, what's funny
her.
is I rewrite everything. You know, I don't care what project it is. If I could see the character going deeper than what's written, I'll just do it.
Interesting.
So with Woody, this is hilarious. My son Max was with me, and I was actually letting him direct me. So
Max?
immediately I let him. I brought him over, say hello to Woody, and then before we started filming, I'm like, Woody, come here. I go, is it all right if my kid just stands next to you while you watch the monitor? He goes, yeah, okay, you know, however he talks, you know. And it's funny, it was the one scene, like I lit a cigarette with a Zippo lighter. But Sally Hawkins is my wife. So Woody comes in after the take, and he says whatever he says, you know. And then here comes Max, and he's like, all right, all I need you to do, everything else is fine. Just raise the lighter a little more. We're not seeing you flick it open. I go, done. Consider it done. And on the next take, I do exactly. And he comes over after, he goes, that was perfect. There shouldn't even be another take. And there wasn't.
Amazing.
So after Woody would tell me his direction, then I would get it from Max. But anyway.
Did Woody hear him directing you?
No.
Oh, okay.
He would have went berserk, Woody.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
He'd go berserk. So anyway, I rewrite this end scene I have with Kate Blanchett where I really destroy her life.
Yeah.
Because her husband destroyed mine, and I'm going to move away, and I'm not going to see my kids. So I write this very emotional scene, and Max has me in a hotel room because you don't see Woody unless you're working. He's keeping me in a hotel room learning the speech. He goes, Dad, if you're going to do it, you can't mess it up because Woody's going to go, yeah, Woody's going to get mad. So we got to shoot the scene. And I said, all right, Max, go get Woody. Tell him Dice needs him. And even Max is like, really? You just want me to, because he was like, I don't know, 18 at the 20, whatever. So here comes Woody into this corner jewelry store where Kate Blanchett's going to pick a ring from the outside window. And Woody goes, you wanted to see me? And I go, all right, listen. And this is really just about word for word. I go, look, you gave me a great shot here. I go, and you're a great writer. You know all that. I go, I just thought I could go a little deeper with the scene, so I rewrote it the way I should do it. And He's looking at me, John. He's looking at me going, and you're telling me this now before we're going to shoot it? I go, yeah, well, you're not around. You know that. You know what you do. You disappear. He goes, okay, I want you to do the scene with your son. And just as we're going to start the scene, here comes Kate from the outside, and she starts taking her clothes off, her dress. And she's just in nylons because they want her in a different dress. So she just goes behind one of the jewelry counters. So now you got three men basically standing there just quiet because Kate Blanchett's half undressed, and we're just like, okay, let's just wait for her. She gets dressed, she leaves. And he goes, okay, let's start that again. And he's like this, watching me. He's just standing there watching the scene. And he goes, you know what? I love it. Only one thing, because the son she had in the movie wasn't her biological son. So he said, cut that out. But I don't know, because you never read the full script.
Right.
You just get your scenes.
Yes.
So just take that out and make it work without it, and that was the scene. They said, they were like, everybody, all these TV critics, you're going to win the Academy Award. And I really didn't believe that at all. I just wanted to do a great job, and I didn't win it. I wasn't up for it, but there was one critic in LA. He made me sit there while he did the review and talked about it. It was really embarrassing. And in the meantime, I'm at Cafe Roma with my regular video camera, filming, for Dylan's bar mitzvah, his bar mitzvah movie. And I'm shooting this particular scene where he bashes a hairdresser against a fence, and threatens him about how much money he's going to put in an envelope for him. This is what I'm more concerned with than doing these movies. And all of a sudden, here comes, because there's a lot of yelling and screaming in the alley behind Cafe. Right. And I'm filming with so here comes this man. He had to be in his 80s. And he goes, excuse me, Mr. DeMille? And I look, he goes, do you think you could find another place to film whatever this film is about? It's making a lot of noise over here. And I just started laughing because I'm doing these high-end A-list movies now, and I'm more concerned about what I'm getting on my little video camera for the bar mitzvah film, which Dylan does rip a phone book in half.
I want to see.
13 years
that
old.
video.
13. Well, now he's 30.
Okay.
But I could never understand that. Like, he could just do that.
Yeah, it's very strong.
No, but I can't do that. And he would always say, "Oh, there's a trick to it." I go, "What's the trick?"
Wait, this is your son?
Yeah.
Okay,
he's
got
my
it.
son. Like
Got it.
a 13-year-old just tearing like the thick phone books in half.
Crazy.
That's amazing.
So
And what about
That was more thrilling to me than doing the Woody movie.
Well, it's a great story. Can you talk about
Gaga?
Yeah.
What about her?
Gaga.
Well, I
My
mean,
personal friend?
I saw her in she's a giant rock star.
I don't use her real name when I know her real name.
And so when you're in that position, you get offered, yeah, you want to be in a movie and everything, and usually the people are okay, but I didn't see A Star Is Born, but I saw The House of Gucci, and I just thought,
she was great.
now she's great. Like, she's not just a rock star trying to be an actress.
No,
she's an
a
actress.
great actress.
Yeah.
She's a great actress. I was like, wow, like you never see someone do both that great. Like, she's great at both. So anyway, I really admire her, and I would like to hear about what it was like for you to work with her in that movie. You
I'll
played
tell
her
you when
father.
I will tell you when I thought she was great, though, because we knew she could do the pop star thing. When she came out with her album, this is the new thing, and I thought she was great. But when I saw her on an award show behind the piano, doing this incredible like blues number, like really pushing her voice, that's when I said she's way more than even a pop star. This girl could really sing her ass off. Now, I get a start. Well, I didn't get the movie yet, but I had to go meet with her. I met with Bradley on a Friday, for like 3.5 hours. And, I did. I talked about my sons and their music because he's going to play a fading rock star.
Yeah.
So I wind up playing him half their CD, and he's talking all about kids because his girl at the time, I forget if she was either pregnant or had the child already. But so we're talking a lot about kids. So it's a long meeting, and then the next morning I wake up, it's Saturday, I get a text from him going, "Can you go meet Gaga in Hollywood at a studio? She's recording music for A Star Is Born." So I go in there, and it was funny because her people just parted. She was at the board, and I come in. It was fun. And next thing you know, we just got along talking about touring, and she knew my history of when I did the arenas, I did over 300. I did
Crazy.
12 million people. There was no end to it, and so she knew about that. So we had something to talk about. And then I was getting mad at her drummer because I could see he didn't have the kind of setup he needed to really record. It's going to be a giant movie. And I got to show this guy how to play the song she's recording. And she sent her assistant to film it on like the Adama pad. John?
Yeah.
What is that again? It's like a giant phone pad?
Oh, you mean the thing you practice on for drums?
No, filming. Like I got a phone.
iPad.
Yeah, an iPad. And I'm not
Adama
into...
pad.
What? An Adama iPad.
iPad.
I don't use those things.
No,
I don't
me
know.
neither.
I don't know how to email.
This is all foreign to you. You're still living in the
you know. I'm at a party.
1950s.
I'm at a party.
You're in the
It's
50s.
hard.
I'm at a party, and this guy I know comes over and he goes, "Did you get my email?" And I'm looking at him like, asshole.
You think I'm getting?
I'm right in front of you right now. Just tell me what it is. I don't do email. I don't believe in those things. So
I
You
love
believe
that.
in God?
no, listen to me.
You
when I say-
listen.
No, you listen to me now. You listen to me.
You're the guest. You listen.
All right. What's the question? So I'm talking to Gaga after I record the song, and she liked how I played the drums on the song. And I told the guy, you need more crash cymbals. You have nothing you need. This is
He
a
didn't know what he was
gigantic
doing.
movie.
Yeah.
Like, she actually wound up firing the whole band.
Yeah.
And but anyway, here comes Bradley, and he goes, "All right, let's go in another room where we could be alone, the three of us." And he's laying on the floor with a coffee, and he goes, "All right, I'm going to give you some scenes to do. You know, this is method acting. Okay, he's a method guy." And I go, "Bradley, I don't, I didn't read your script. It's a big script,
I love that you go on these and you have any. I think that's amazing.
Yeah, I saw the movie with Streisand. I figured it's,
Yeah, it's all the
So he
same
goes,
shit.
no, don't worry about the script. He goes, you're just going to play the scene I asked. So the first scene was me and her like in a kitchen, very light scene. And he goes, all right, now this is what I need now. He goes, this is a little heavier, You want to tell her what she means to you as her, a daughter, father, daughter, you're feeling something. And I go, all right, whatever, So I start doing the scene, but I was wearing a holster, okay? Because I said to Bradley, I go, you know what? I'm just not getting, wait a minute. And I take off I had a 2-gun holster on. But it's not a real holster. It holds like cigarettes or wallets, but it looks like a 2-gun shoulder holster.
That's right.
So I take it off. All right, I try again. Nothing. I mean, I'm not feeling anything. And I go, I got it. And I take off my glasses that I was wearing that day. I go, let's try it again. And all of a sudden, within 2 minutes, she's crying, I'm crying. I'm holding her head, which I'm looking at, going, somewhere in me is going, why am I holding Gaga's head against my chest? And I'm seeing tears fall on it. And I'm talking to her about being my daughter. And Bradley's like, I knew it. I just knew it, And he's all excited, and she goes, okay, it was great meeting. And we really were in that. We weren't there. That's what I'm talking about with that kind of scene, that you disappear into the emotion of it. Mm-hmm. And she had to go back into the studio and go to work. And that was on Sunday. So I met Bradley Friday. Saturday was, the recording studio. Monday night, he calls me up. He goes, I want to offer you the part as lady, as her father.
Amazing.
I couldn't even believe it,
That's so awesome.
But what's funny is, see, it was all that talk about me being a father that brought him to that part. He's like, he's the dad, What was my name? Lorenzo, I think, was the name. And it was just, but when you get to work with great people like Bradley and, Gaga, and, you become friends with them. It's just a great, when you get to be
family.
Yeah, it's amazing. And then everybody, it's a wrap. All right, take care. I'll never see you again.
Yeah.
No, but I do. I have seen her. I've spent some fun time.
Have
with
you?
her. Have I what?
You've seen her again?
Oh, you want a story? Is that it?
Give us the story, Dice.
No, it's up to you.
Well, it's nothing filthy, you know.
We want give us some filth.
No,
Come
but
on, give me a little filth.
Charlotte.
That's hilarious.
Come on. I have the dice here. I want filth.
No, but I don't have filth with her.
Oh, okay.
No, but I will say, like, you know, you're a younger girl, so you probably, like, I don't know, you on dating sites, you do that where you're swiping.
Fuck no.
You know.
I hate all that shit.
You do. Well, that's what it is today, though. You know that.
Because all these guys are fucking pussies. They can't come up to you in real life. No. They go on their fucking phone. Yeah, it's bullshit.
Yeah, I just never understand, like, you know, with the swiping, there's like no feeling about it. It's like
no connection.
Yeah, it's like swipe to your left if you think she's just a big fat ugly cow and you want nothing to do with her, or swipe to your right if you could see like blowing your load all over her.
But that's really what it is.
No, but I'm more romantic. See, you don't know me.
Yeah.
Okay, for instance.
Well, when you talk like that, I can see how you're romantic.
No, well, that's the thing.
That's my kind of romance.
40 years ago, you'd go take a girl to a restaurant. Yeah. You're in the car listening to music. Oh, that's my kind of, yeah, I like that too.
Yeah.
You know, maybe you put on this station or whatever, you know. So now you're in the restaurant, you're talking, and, you know, you're just getting to know each other, but you can feel the electricity.
Yeah.
And then you don't even realize it when all of a sudden there's her pants on the floor. I'm not looking to talk dirty. With her bra and her tongue, you know. Yeah. And maybe you're in 69 position and
beautiful. With
her on top. And you're working over, I don't want to talk, her sour grapefruit.
Bring it on.
Right? You're just working over her sour grapefruit and staring into the eye of her asshole.
I love it.
And I'm thinking.
And it's winking at you?
I'm thinking, I don't even know her favorite color. But to me, that's romantic.
Well, you can see it.
That's true romance. I love that.
You know, and like I said, I'm not looking to talk dirty in any way. That's not, forget I even said all that.
No, I like it.
You know what I mean?
A little dirty clay.
Well, the asshole, as you know, you're a younger girl, has come a long way.
It has.
From, you know, years ago, women would dummy it up with the extra hair that they bundle up down there. You know, we didn't even know it was there. Today, they're taking it in when they get the medi-pedi, bleaching, buffing. You almost give it that white wall tire effect with a little studded earring.
Yeah.
Right? It's almost like
you're asking me?
It's like a spare tire. Well, I don't want to look at it when I'm saying it's like a spare tire. Like, you know what I mean? Because today, women...
We spread it.
Yeah, but you blow out your woman parts to oblivion by the time they're 30 today. So they'll look at their guy and go, I got a backup here. I got a spare. Which I think is a nice thing on a human being.
And what was it like? I mean, like, when I think of you, I think of like the classic like penthouse shot with like the chicks. Like, were you just getting pussy left and right and just crushing? I mean, how fun was that, or did it get tiring?
Well, you know, I married. I was married at that.
Oh,
point.
You were.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I would cheat. Yeah,
okay.
I do it, you know, but I was married. I love to cheat on them.
Okay.
You know, actually, the girl I'm with now is the only one really in my history that I never cheated on.
And why do you think you're not cheating on her?
Because I've never, you know, I've been married 3 times.
Okay.
And, you know, every girl, when you start going with them, it's like, I'll always have you back. Whatever you go through, I'm there for you.
Of course.
And that lasts for about 4 to 6 months till you're going through something.
Yeah.
This girl is beyond belief. I mean,
that makes me so happy.
I just never met a person like that.
And are you married?
No, engaged.
Engaged. Oh, congrats.
And and she wasn't even expecting that. She didn't know that was coming.
Yeah.
You know, and yeah, I mean, the most heartfelt person really has she has my back more than I need her to have my back. It's unreal.
That's nice.
You know, like, and even with my career, she goes, we're side by side, you know, and she's smarter than anybody I've ever gone with. That's for sure.
You respect her.
She's a corporate person. You know, she was always, she was in advertising her whole life, you know, and I was even telling John when we were coming here that her father was big in advertising. It runs like in the family. Mm-hmm. And I was trying to tell him, it's amazing. He's got no brain. Remember like a year ago, everything was nostalgia on TV, mm-hmm. you know, and he just brings up the Travolta, you know, Santa Claus. But everything, they were going back, everything was 70s.
I brought up an example. Because you're the one who has no brain. Go on.
But I do Travolta, so I know all about it. I do the perfect Travolta. I do the
really?
Tony
Oh, really?
Can I get it?
Let's hear it.
Give it.
All right, so ask John something.
So, what was it like when Saturday Night Fever just hit so huge?
I mean, I really couldn't believe it. Like, even the way people made, like, a big deal out of my walking and all that, and with the paint can. And then, you know, my father, you know, that was like ad-lib when he would hit my hair, you know, and I said to him, you know, I work a long time on my hair, and he hits it. He hits my hair.
I love it.
You're going to die. Listen to this, right? That was this one scene where I was dancing and my pants ripped open and Stephanie Mangano was like, no, we should leave that in. I go, rip your pants open. Right? So anyway, so everything was nostalgia. Mm-hmm. Okay?
Like Rodney Dangerfield. I bet you can't imitate him.
Okay, man. You know, the night this is hilarious. The night I auditioned for the Rodney special, you know, everybody was trying to get on a Rodney special.
Yeah.
So he has me audition at the Comedy Store. And I knew I killed it because, I just know how good I am at doing what I do.
Oh, is that
like
so?
I'm probably one of the most confident performers in comedy you'll ever meet.
1,000%.
I can guarantee you, John goes on stage till he hears them laugh, he's in a panic.
Wrong.
It's just the nature of a comic, you know, to be sort of insecure till they hear the laugh. But I was a musician before I was ever a comic.
And you think that's what helped you get there?
100%. And plus, how gorgeous.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Exactly.
So,
well, I think I'm
so
good
I
looking.
auditioned.
Thank you.
No, you're very handsome
John's
like an oddball.
You're the one that just said I was gorgeous.
No, I'm gorgeous.
Oh, you're talking about yourself?
I was known
He's
for it.
gorgeous.
You know, I was known. I mean, I'm still
sake.
pretty good looking, but pull up a picture. Where's the other assistant with pulling up a picture of me at like 21?
The only reason you look like you did is because of your parents.
Yeah, my parents. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but you look good. Like,
well, he comes to my house the other night. And I show him like the little gym like that we set up for the pandemical.
Okay. Yeah.
You know, which is when I got my girlfriend during the pandemic. You know something? Today, I get a call from this cousin of mine. He goes, I got COVID. If you get COVID today, you're just an asshole. Like, I haven't heard of anybody getting COVID in 3 years, and he's calling me.
A lot of people are getting it right now. I think he's had COVID this whole time.
Let me tell you something.
No, I don't have it. I have allergies.
You're a young girl. Don't even be friends with people over 40. I'm telling you something.
All my friends are...
The same friend, the same cousin that would call me 30 years ago, my cousin Stefan, right? Not Stefan, Steve. Whatever.
He could be Stephanie today.
Something like that. So the same cousin that would call me 30 years ago, John, listen to me. Charlotte, call me up. There used to be giant discos in New York City,
of
right?
course. The good times.
So, the Limelight. He would call me up. Same cousin. Oh, I got blown at the Limelight last night on a metal staircase. Same cousin, right? 30 years later. I just got my blood work back. What? He goes, yeah, high cholesterol, high blood pressure. The doctor told me I got to stop eating cheats. Click. I don't care about his high blood pressure. I don't care that he's at risk. You understand? Don't call me anymore. I like the blowjob stories. That was all good. Now, I got to get new, what do you put in your shoes? What are them things?
Insoles.
Huh?
Insoles?
Yeah. He goes like this. You're not even going to believe it. I thought I'm really going to get a story out of him. He goes, you're not even going to believe this. I had custom insoles made. And I'm going, what's his name?
Steve?
Jack?
Steve, you said.
No, Jack.
Well, how would I know what your cousin
I said.
I don't know who you're on the phone with.
Do me a favor.
What's wrong with you?
Tell this story to your wife. I'm not interested. I don't care if you get your feet cut off. Oh, I get a call. My friend in Boca. Okay, I get a call. Number one, don't ever move to Florida. I'm just telling you that right
Don't
now.
go back.
Don't. Not even for a guy with money. Don't.
Noted.
Is that where you're from, Florida?
Yeah, that's where I'm from.
Where?
White trash, like Orlando.
Orlando.
Really bad. Really
Don't go
bad.
back.
I have
Don't.
no plans.
The minute you get off the plane, sweetheart, you feel like you're gonna die.
Yeah.
Immediately with the guy with the walker, with the tongue. You know, you could get killed by a coconut in Florida. Do you understand? It's not like Hollywood where it's all fake.
Yeah, no.
There's real coconuts
real
that
ones.
could kill you.
Yeah.
And they hint to you. I really feel they give you the early bird special. What does that mean? I don't know what it means to you.
5 o'clock.
What it means to me is they know some of the public is not going to make sundown. It's like, just don't go there. Every medical thing with the help button, it's like 3 times the size there. Like Flavor Flav could wear that button. But my friend calls me, who I begged him, don't move to Florida. Because I had a place there when I was
really?
31.
Where? Okay.
In Boca, before
yeah,
there
yeah.
were people.
Yeah.
Before you could see your Brooklyn neighbor
Yeah.
living right there. There was nobody in Boca, right?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody, I wanted to live here, make some new friends. The friends you grew up with are now living next to you. The friends you were living right next door to in Queens are now next door to you in Boca. So this asshole calls me up and he's like, I go, so what's going on? He goes, I can't complain. And then that's all he does. And I go,
And then they complain.
yeah, so I said, and then we'll talk about Rodney. I'll tell you what happened with Rodney. So my friend goes, I can't complain. You know, he sent me a text the other night. This guy, I'm coming home. I did a theater in Pennsylvania. And he goes, you did very nice at the SNL, retiring effective immediately right now. And I've had a good run, but it's time to relax. I go, what are you quitting a job with me? Why did you decide 10:30 at night you're retiring effective immediately now? This is the assholes I grew up with.
Yeah.
So he goes, yeah, I can't complain. And I go, what's going on? And he goes, you're not going to believe it. And I go, I will believe it, you know. And he goes, they're going to take my legs, you know. And I go, I'm like, well, what do you owe money? What happened? And he goes, no, the doctors are going to really like take my legs. You got to understand that
Do you
this
have
guy,
diabetes?
yeah,
Oh, shit.
yeah, you got to understand what this guy is when it comes to chocolate. The neighborhood we grew up in, there's like, which I'm never really in anymore, but he goes there because there's a candy store there. You know, like C's Chocolate, all those stores.
Yes.
But it's a mom and pop one. He has a $3,800 tab at this chocolate store for broken chocolate and nonpareils and broken white chocolate, dark chocolate. He's a chocolate freak with his diabetes. And then with pudding, He'll go, you're not going to believe what I did with the chocolate pudding for Thanksgiving. I go ahead, shock me. He goes, so I make one batch of the pudding, right? And I put it in the refrigerator and I put it in the freezer to get the skin kind of hard, and then I make a second box of the pudding and I put that on top of the first box of the pudding. And then this year I did a third box. So you got 3 layers of the skin you could break through to get the pudding. And I go, and you're wondering why the doctors are taking your legs? And I go, and who has
you listening to this?
Who has a tab running in a candy store?
Yeah.
It's not a restaurant.
Yeah,
it's not a bar.
It's not a bar.
3,800 in chocolate.
Jesus.
And he goes, and the guy's never going to get it. You know that. Because I promised him, you're going to do a commercial. And guess what? What? I go, what? He goes, you're going to get free chocolate the rest of your life. I go, that's the big deal you're making for me, that I get chocolate, So anyway, he tells me about the legs, and I had to calm him down. I go, what are you worried about? It's a good thing. How's that a good thing? I go, they're going to take your legs, right? You're going to be all cock. Think about that. You go out with a girl, she's going to have to pick you up, literally.
Literally.
Yeah. Bring you to the car, you hook on with your elbow the window so you don't, like a weeble wobbles. You go for dinner, you're sitting having dinner. What do you think the girl's going to go, let's go dancing? No. She's going to blow the freak of nature in the car, get him back to his condo and bowl you over to your fucking couch. And that's what Florida living should be.
I'm kind of into it.
I don't know how you did it living there, especially Orlando. Orlando's built like on garbage dumps.
It's white trash. I mean,
do you know I won't tour there anymore?
It's trash. It's actual trash.
I'll tell you why. You stay at a hotel, right? Oh, look at a nice hotel. Because I would do all the arenas there and everything. I do the Miami arena.
Yeah, Miami.
And but in Orlando, you're at the pool. And all of a sudden, there's like these little maggot bugs just hitting
mosquitoes.
you. What are they?
Mosquitoes.
No, not mosquitoes. This is a bug that really doesn't exist, like the one they have in Jersey called the stink bug.
Okay.
Because they build half of Jersey on wasteland.
Yeah. So it's from having trash everywhere.
My sister calls me. No, but they build new developments. They smooth it all out. So these are like invention bugs.
Okay.
So you mean on landfills?
Yeah, it's all built on land. My father used to say, I'll never live in Jersey. It's just, and he was a builder. He goes, it's just a swamp.
It is.
The whole fucking state is one. And my sister bought a new, and she goes, we get these stink bugs. I go, what are you talking about? What bug? Like I was at a house, and a husband will actually catch the bug and throw it out the door, because if you crush it, it makes the whole house stink because the bug was born from garbage.
I have a question. How's your sister?
That's your fucking sister. That's what I want to know.
How's your sister?
But wait, do you want the Rodney thing?
Yes.
Wait, who's Rodney? So I know.
Rodney Dangerfield.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So the night
gave him his big break.
Okay, yeah.
So I don't even know how we got in. Forget the Florida bit.
Forget it all.
No, because I knew you imitated.
I could go on and on about Florida, believe me.
Same.
My mother calling me 3 a.m. with the help. I fell. It's 2:30. I go, Ma, it's 2:30 in the morning. You know what I'm doing.
You're up.
No, but I'm working on the mousetrap. You know what I mean?
On the beef flaps.
I don't talk filthy anymore.
The beef flaps, as you call them?
The hairy roast beef, whatever you want to call it. Bald eagle.
Whatever you want to call it.
Bald eagle.
It depends on the girl.
The vagoosh.
Well, wait, really quick. As where you guys are.
Yeah, I don't talk dirty like I don't use like the P word or the C word. During the pandemic, I had plenty of time, so I developed all these new words.
I like the new words.
I got a ton of them,
Can we hear some?
Well, all right. Let's say we're at a Thanksgiving. You're taking me to meet your parents.
Okay.
It's Thanksgiving dinner.
Okay.
Okay.
Here we are.
And And if, like, my girl is a nice girl, you know, she'll always come over to me, you know, about, you know, the thing I hate about Thanksgiving dinner is people hate turkey all year, then they go to Thanksgiving, and the bottom line is they make a bigger deal out of the stuffing than they should, you know, because people are bad actors, and they all realize that the stuffing, I mean, can I talk openly?
Please.
The stuffing was baked in the asshole of the turkey for hours on end.
Is it the asshole? I thought it was just
trust me, sweetheart. I'm older than you.
Okay,
It's the asshole.
It's the asshole.
It's the giant asshole. And we almost can't believe it doesn't have asshole smell. It don't have asshole taste. So, oh my God, the stuffing. And then my girl will come over and she'll go, what part of the turkey do you want me to save for you? Do you want the leg or the breast or the thigh? I go, you know what, sweetheart? You're so sweet. I go, just save the clit. I go, I already ate out of its asshole. Let me try the clit. See, she understands.
I get it.
So anyway, so let's say we're at that event where I ate the clit of the turkey.
Okay.
And then I'm looking at you a certain way, and you're reading me, but, you know, children are at the big Thanksgiving with your family, whatever.
Yeah.
So I go, you know, babe, maybe we go home. You know, I'm in the mood for that glazed donut hole. Child friendly.
Yes.
The kids are even looking you have
that's wonderful.
I like that donut hole.
Or if I'm a little hungry, maybe we go
It's
home.
so thoughtful.
It is thoughtful.
It is thoughtful, right?
That's class.
Like if I said to you, you know what I'm in the mood for today? Like if you go, what do you want to do? I'm just hungry. I want the, let me have some of that tangy tuna tower.
Tangy tuna tower.
You see what I mean?
I got you. I know exactly what you need.
Use food. Hairy roast beef. Moose glove.
Moose glove.
Yeah. Depends on the lips. I like them beefy.
You like them beefy.
Yeah, I don't
you
like
them
those.
waving in the wind.
Yeah, like I'll say to a girl if I'm performing, I go, I could already tell it's like thin purple bacon lips. I'm not interested in
You
that.
can tell by someone.
That's not what I'm going
What
for.
am I giving off?
I'm not going to say.
Okay.
I'm not going to say because then I'll be in a courtroom and you'll go, I was only kidding when I said that to him. You know? You see what I mean? So
Well, let me ask you this. If you were to transition to a woman, would you have beefy? Would you be beefy? Or
You'd be so beefy.
what would you be?
Well, number one,
They go, we can give you whatever
I'm
you
not
want.
going to go. I'm not going into that territory. I know that's the kind of comic you are.
No.
Yeah, with
It's a real question.
I identify as this. I identify
No.
as that.
No.
You know what I mean?
First of all, you've never seen my act.
Number one, if I was going to I tried to transition. I was at the airport, and I see these two guys, and I go, I'll give you a one-man show. I'm transitioning right now. We went fly into a pickleball racket, and they didn't even look at me. It was so good. And it made me so happy that they're both looking like this. And I'm transitioning into a pickleball racket. Nothing.
But those are the funniest ones when you just get like they're just so stupid and it just like you're like, dude, come on.
It makes me so happy. And the
so
angrier
good.
they get, the
Yes,
better.
the
I go over to these ladies at the airport. You know, they're sitting there. And, you know, one of the women, like, she was like, she could have been a football player. I'm not making fun of her weight and nothing, but she was a horse. And she's sitting with this. And I come over and I'm going, excuse me, I already did a lot, you know, but I could see the way you were looking. And if you want the picture, I would gladly take it. And this woman, this bull of a woman, looks at me and she goes, I don't know what you're talking about, sir. I have no idea who you are. You know? And, you know, I got to keep a straight face. Then I get to laugh when I walk away because it just made me, I'm going, what a killer video. It's not about me. It's about
them.
the reaction.
The reactions.
You know, when I asked the guy the other day, did you see the two birds flying with that baby? You know, the two pigeons. And he's looking like, I don't know, what are you talking about? That's what makes me happy,
so
other than
good.
stand-up.
I
See,
love it.
This
I
album,
love
The
that
Day
shit.
the Laughter Died,
Yeah.
which they could get on AndrewDiceClay.com, but I don't really need the money. But
Yeah, and you sell.
my
you
sugar
sell.
plum things.
You have
Why
merch,
is the
right?
dog licking my leg?
Get 'em.
Why is that
Ask
a dog
'em.
licking?
Wait, Andrew, I want to. So
where-
I can go online and buy these shirts
Yeah.
and sweaters
If
and
I
stuff.
have more, I just give them to you. But
No, I want to. I
But-
want to go get one.
but we've
They're
been-
so sick.
there's T-shirts, there's sweatshirt.
Okay.
There's sweatshirts. This doesn't have it with the playlist on the back.
What's the website called so people can go?
Just AndrewDiceClay.com.
Love it.
You know, it
Okay.
has tour dates, it has merch, whatever.
Amazing.
Wait, let me pick. Does the dog want to come to me? Is that it?
Not now.
Oh.
Hello.
Peppergino, the Peppergino.
Call him. His name's Jerry.
Jerry. Peppergino.
Jerry.
Yeah, come. Peppergino. Come on. I've had dogs my whole
There
life.
we go. Oh, so nice.
He's very sweet.
He
Let's
is.
get you on film there. Jerry.
Yeah. Cheers. That's
All right,
the shot.
So I'll be me and Jerry'll be Rodney. Okay?
Okay. Here we
Okay,
go.
Wait, let him calm down. Let him get used to. Okay.
So Rodney was licking
So I
you?
come over to Rodney after I do the audition at the Comedy Store.
Okay.
So I got to hide my face because he's Rodney.
Yeah.
And I go, so Rodney, what do you? Because I want to get on the Young Comedian Show. I go, so Rodney, what do you think? You know, because he didn't come over to me. He goes, it'll be okay, man. All right, everything's cool. And I'm just looking at the guy, going, okay. So is that good? Everything's cool, man. Okay, you got another cigarette, and I give him a cigarette. You know, all right, Jerry.
Later.
all right, Jerry wants to. So, but I'm asking the guy for 5 minutes. You know, and I do have a temper, and I'm going, Rodney. You know, all you're saying is what you say, and he goes, okay, man, everything's okay, all right. And I finally go, Rodney, am I on the fucking show? You know, either like me or you didn't like me. I just want a yes or a no. You know how it is.
Yeah.
You know, and he goes, okay, man, okay, you're wild. But I was on, obviously.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. That's awesome.
You know, it was funny. The day we shot that show, and I love Barry Sobel. That's all I'm going to talk about for a second. And he was on the same special. You know,
Was Jim Carrey on it too with you?
No. It was
Different?
Lenny Clark, then Barry Sobel, then I forgot Carol Leifer, who became a big time writer actually. Then, and I was supposed to be third, okay? And I actually came over to Rodney and I said, Rodney, because I knew what I was going to do. I mean, I knew the history of what was going to happen already. I was that prepared, you know. I remember walking from the Regency Hotel to Dangerfield's in the full outfit. I wanted to feel New York. You know, I'd be at the Comedy Store preparing my set, you know, because if there was one thing I knew, you're going to be nervous in front of the cameras. So the one thing I don't want to think about is the material.
Yeah.
I wanted it to just play like a record
yeah.
player. So I was taught, and I would watch other comics that were doing that show. You know, if there was 3 people in the audience, late at night, Comedy Store, just fucking around on stage. I couldn't care if the place was empty.
Yeah.
Because, you know, I would tell my father, who even though I wound up with Sandy Gowan as a manager, I didn't make a move without my dad. That was the dream.
I
Like,
love that.
the big desk, the big office.
Well, aren't you saying you never walked through a show and you really prepared hard and right?
What's that?
You're saying you'd never walked through a show. You always went
No,
all out.
I
every
knew
show.
this. I knew other people that the Rodney special made big time, but I'm trying to become the biggest comic that there ever was in history. So I'm
Bigger
gonna
than me?
bigger than you in certain respects. You know, you're good
Not
if
the
I
belly.
said, make believe you're an onion and you can talk. Improv shit. That's what you're great at. You know that. You work with.
I never liked that part of improv.
You know. So
Yeah,
so-
but I'm giving you a compliment. I'm saying you're saying You never walked through a show. You went all out every show.
No, I walked from the hotel. I wanted.
No,
to
I know,
feel
but when
New
you were
York
on stage,
City.
no, when you were on stage, I'm
I
saying you never
walked through.
phoned
To this
it in.
day, never.
Right,
never.
you went all out. You
But
did it.
this was
You
a shot of a
prepared.
lifetime.
Right, so you
Okay.
prepared.
So I was totally prepared.
Amazing.
And when I walked into the club, Rodney comes over. I'm in the glasses. And he goes, "How do you feel, man?" And I go, "Tonight?" They pay. Tonight, Rodney, they get disciplined. And he's looking at me, and he just, "Okay, man, tonight they're going to pay. Did you hear that, babe? They're going to pay. All right, I like that." And I was dead serious because I wouldn't have cared who's on that show. It's like, but I did. So I was supposed to be the third act on. I came to Rodney in the afternoon, and I said, "Rodney, you really going to put Carol on after what I'm going to do to these people?" Because I knew what was going to happen.
Yeah.
And he goes, "You're right, man. I was just trying to give you the best shot, I go, "Put her up, and then I'll follow that. Don't worry about that." And because the rest of the show after me was Bill Hicks, then it was Dom Irera, and then it was Bob Schimmel.
Oh.
And they all did great.
Yeah.
Everybody did great, but I'm not just trying to do something okay. I want to blow the world away, So I just had to worry about playing the cameras. The material I had down, I'm going to play the cameras, and I'm playing America. I'm not playing to the room, okay? And when I did after the first taping, I walked over to my family was there, hanging near the bar, and I look at my dad and I go, "Biggest comic in the world, hands down." And then where Rodney was really cool, when he was editing, he called me up to see an edit from the director, this guy Miller. And I come out of the room, he goes, "What do you think, man?" I go, "It's not the way it needs to be."
Oh, I know.
Okay,
Miller. You
why
mean
don't you go-
Paul Miller, who directed SNL's father.
Yeah, okay. So he sends me in the room with the director. He goes, "I want it to be the way you want it, man. So go make it that way." And I did.
That's
And-
incredible.
And yeah, I couldn't even believe he let me do that. And now, 2 days before that special is going to air on a Thursday, there's a full page in Variety.
Sick.
I took it. Half of it was my picture, a real attitude shot sitting
Yeah.
on the back of a chair. And then I wrote about all these heroes I had growing up, because it starts out with, I never studied much in school. But when I turned on the tube and I named all these iconic people that I followed, and at the end I write, Murphy and Pryor, both great, no doubt, but in '88 it's Dice Thou Shout. And I go, I never studied much in school, but I did study.
Mm-hmm.
And then, so the show aired Saturday night. The ad came out Thursday because I know that the industry shuts down Friday early. Yeah. I wanted everybody to see that page, and they did.
Yeah.
And Monday, I'm the biggest comic in the world. That's how it's. So within months, I'm selling out 20,000 seats a night.
How quick that happened.
Wow.
But
how it just kind of happens.
What's crazier is, how did I know it? And to this day, I don't know it.
You have the.
I just knew that's what was meant in my life, because the comedy started building more than the acting career at that point. Mm-hmm. And the acting career, when I wanted it to take off, there was a lot of controversy. I went through a lot of blackballing in show business that way. And then with Entourage around 2010, whatever their last year was, through the roof. Every A-list project, director, actor, actress, So it's been an interesting ride.
You've had quite the ride.
And then...
and now you're moving to Florida.
We're not going to talk about our
now
secret
me and Dice
meeting.
are moving to Florida.
Right?
Secret meeting?
Yeah, we had a little secret meeting yesterday.
Oh yeah,
we can't talk.
I know.
About it.
I like feel like I've heard a little.
Well, you don't want to jinx it.
But
We don't wanna jinx
but
anything.
it was an incredible secret meeting. But we could tell her the one part that was fun. We could
being
tell her.
late. Yeah, I thought
Oh, you guys thought it was.
Don't bring up anybody else's name in the meeting.
that the
It was
meeting
at
was at
3:30.
yeah, because we had done a conference call and the producer said, "All right, so let's meet at like 3:15 early, and then we'll all be there at 3:30." And I went to pick him up. He goes, "You got to pick me up. I'm coming from New York." I said, "Fine." So I picked Andrew up. I go, "We got to be there." And now I'm like, "Oh, we're going to be late. It's 3:15."
Fuck.
But we walk right in at 3:30.
No, but wait.
They go, "You're late."
This is why.
And I thought they were kidding.
This is why you're not a Megatron star like me. This is why I want to
Oh,
beat
for
you up.
God's sake!
You leave out an important part. I say to Johnny, which is my sort of name for him. John is okay, but Johnny gives him an edge.
Yeah, it gives them.
So I said
Oh,
to
that's
John,
what they call me growing up.
So I said, listen, Johnny, I got to get a Starbucks. Okay, we pull into this place. It'll take me 2 minutes. You know, he comes walking into the place. He doesn't understand. I got a 20 in my hand because there's a line, and I don't want to be late. But so I'm going to go. There's a guy with one of those, like, hubcap earrings that open up his ear.
Yeah, and smell
Bigger
like
than,
shit. Yeah.
you know.
This is after 5 minutes of me
Cages.
waiting for him.
Yeah,
Okay.
so
And
he
we're
comes in,
going to be late.
and I'm about ready to make my move because I was going to go over to the guy, like, you know, I got a cold brew here, and I go, for some reason, they didn't have my cold brew ready,
Yeah.
and then I would slide the 20 in his hand, and he'd just make it. He comes, so we just got to go.
Yeah.
So I didn't get to buy the...
I said, "Did you order yet?" And you said, "No."
Yeah, and I was going to go to the guy. I had the 20 in
What
my
am I, a
hand.
mind reader? What am I, a
So
psychic?
anyway, we show up, even though there was a little traffic. We're not there for the 15 minutes.
Yeah.
We get there right before 3:30.
Okay.
And so now we come up to the room. Oh, and I forget, I don't bring ID.
Oh yeah, and you need that to go to the.
No, but I got the face.
Yeah. Hello.
So, you know, I told the guy, you know,
Gorgeous.
the security guard, you know, and I'm texting the other guy at the secret meeting how I forgot ID. And he goes, "You don't have ID?" And I know how he's saying it. He's fuming, you know. And the guy,
fucked.
"You have ID too?" I go, "No, I got, you know, the
Yeah.
face, Andrew Dice Clay."
Yeah.
And we get
And I
in.
even said, "I don't know who
So
he is."
when we come into the meeting, you know, I think this other guy who I have great chemistry with,
Yeah.
you know.
And are these executives of a network or something?
Yeah.
Okay,
So
I'm assuming.
this guy gets up and he goes, "You're a half hour late." He comes walking in, number one, with the dog on a leash, like he's taking him for a walk in Brighton Beach.
No, we walked in like we were right on time.
Yeah,
Because I
no
thought
problem.
we were.
And the guy gets up.
You fucking dummies.
The guy gets up and he goes, "You're a half hour late." You know, and there's these executives.
Yeah,
sitting-
everyone-
And we're laughing.
you know-
I thought he's kidding.
No, so I go, no, you don't know what happened. I think he's leading me into something, like playing around.
Yeah.
And he goes, "Is there anybody you want to apologize to?" I go, "For what? Because of the Uber driver?" You know, I go, "This asshole that with the wraparound glass." And he doesn't understand that I think I'm on time. So then it comes out that
Stop.
we really are late. And I go, and he's going, "Anybody want to see?" I go, "Oh, I'm sorry if anybody got mad at that. It's not my fault. He knows I don't believe in emails. He should have texted me, so
Yeah.
it's really his fault."
Yeah.
Because I don't. I haven't looked at an email in,
I suck at all that shit too.
I don't know,
so fucking
15 years.
hard. It's so hard.
I just don't believe.
But I rechecked the email. I go, "Is it 3:30?" I rechecked it. It says 3 p.m.
That
I
was
looked at my
after the
calendar.
meeting.
I wrote down 3 p.m. And I'm going, but I could have sworn he said, "So be there at
3:15.
Didn't he
little
say that
fuck.
on the...
You know what? It all worked out.
It all worked out.
It all
They're
worked
eating out of
out.
your palm.
And we haven't even done anything. It's already the #1 show.
I'm already into it. I'm sold. I've heard like little
Let me
bits
tell
about
you,
it.
he was great in the meeting. Johnny was great.
John's the best.
You know,
Andrew, what's your advice like for me working with this guy? How do you think I should?
What are you asking advice
Well,
about
you
stand-up?
got to bring the funny out of him a little.
I know. I gotta.
Me? You got to bring it out. Why don't you ask
No,
Andrew
I have to bring
for
out my
advice
funny
about
more
do
with
stand-up?
Yeah, so I've been doing it 3 years, but I need the confidence. Like,
No, but are you getting up on stage a lot?
yeah,
Or just
yeah, I am.
Where do you play?
Like I'll go to like the improv, but I'll do like the smaller rooms.
Oh, that's right. They have other rooms
They
there.
have like main rooms, and then they have like small rooms.
Are you a cleaner or an edgy comic? Like what kind of?
I just kind of like
You want to? Do stories or jokes or
a little bit of both. I kind of just poke fun at me, like myself, and
like what? Go ahead. Give me a minute. I'm just the audience.
I don't know. I mean,
I don't mean to put you on the spot, but you got me and Johnny.
like I talk shit on like.
No, you don't make believe you're up there already.
Okay.
You're already on stage. We're just the audience.
I mean,
Go to something you like in the act, whatever it is.
I'm from Florida. I grew up in Florida, and but I dropped out of high school. But I always like to go back now and then and get my DUI. Like I like to play in that.
That's good.
And that shit.
Keep
and,
going.
like,
Keep going. No,
doing it for
that
you
made
is,
me
like,
laugh.
Is
No,
so
that really made
fucking
me laugh.
scary, and I get so like in my head, and I just like I need to just fucking like go
No, but
for it. And, like,
the way
talk shit on myself.
DUI came out, I didn't see it coming.
I dropped out of high school, but I always like to go back now and get my DUI.
No, that's great. But
You
what
know?
I'm saying is, I'm thinking you were going to fail just now. And I'll tell you why. Because a little while ago, I was doing stuff about Florida.
Yeah.
So I'm going, why is she talking about? But it worked. And it got the laugh, you see? So you know how to you're just saying it. You're not pushing it,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
See, my whole thing is more about the silence of the crowd and making them lean in to hear what I'm going to say.
Yeah.
I do not rush when I go on stage.
Yeah.
And-
And that's what I love about you.
But
Just
so you're
milk
doing
it
it
so
three,
well.
but you're at the Improv. I'll tell you a funny thing I did New Year's Eve, but you're at the Improv. But that's why I'm asking: are you edgier or both?
A little bit of both. I think lately I'm like kind of now in my skin of like comfortable talking about like sex and like and like it's
All right,
fun.
go ahead.
No.
Come on, he's trying to help
staring
you.
into the eye of an asshole. Didn't I do that for you?
Staring in the eye.
That I was eating her sour grapefruit, staring into the eye of,
The eye, and I said, did it blink
the
at
eye
you?
of the asshole.
The eye
No,
of
but
the
that's
asshole.
not part of it.
But like
I might add that though.
you do like your stuff is like
a wink.
so raunchy, but like it's done in such a fucking like
It's not about, but see, I look at it as real stuff,
yeah.
and there are, very clean comics, don't cross any line. And like Seinfeld, I always look at as one of the great
Yeah.
clean comics,
Yeah.
and I always say, like, when I run into, I got him in the park with the phone.
Yeah.
I'm yelling, "Hey, big shot comedian!" And he's walking with a guy, and he starts walking quicker.
Oh wait,
know.
Seinfeld?
Yeah, Seinfeld.
Oh, you got him on.
Yeah, I got him, and I can't. And the guy he's with, looks and he goes, "It's Andrew Dice Clay." But after we hung out and we talked for a little, when I'm walking away with the plum, right? I said, "I can't believe he didn't stop." She goes, "Would you?" If somebody's yelling, "Hey, big shot, don't you realize you're in New York City? So you're not the only guy with that accent." So he's trying to get away. I go, "Yeah, I didn't think about that." She goes, "'Cause you're not the smartest person in the world." Which I love when she's like that with me.
Are you gonna do any spots at the store while you're here?
I don't know. Maybe.
I wanna come see you so bad.
Maybe. My manager's pushing me to go there tomorrow night, but I'll see.
Will you let me know?
No,
come through.
probably not.
No?
Because I never let anybody know because it's on the spot. Like
Yeah.
I'll just decide to go.
Yeah.
Don't you think it's key, though, to becoming a stand-up for her to get up as much as she can?
100, yeah.
No, I got up 3 times this week. I'm getting up tonight. I'm even doing open mic. Like, I don't give a fuck.
The girl that opens for me, Eleanor Kerrigan.
Yeah.
The feature act.
Say her name one more time.
Eleanor Kerrigan.
Yeah.
Okay, so Eleanor, when she's in town, she'll do 4 spots.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
She'll do the store, the improv. She'll drive to Long Beach all in the same night.
Yeah.
She just loves it.
Gotta just keep.
And that is key. You gotta love it.
Yeah.
And then that
totally.
finally then you get over the self doubt and fear of getting up, right? From just keep getting up.
I feel like
No.
It never goes
you're
away.
wrong. To this
No,
day,
you're wrong.
Maybe I am.
Maybe?
Thing is this. I call it a nervous excitement.
Yeah, and take that nerves and make
that
it
never
excite-
goes away from me anyway.
Yeah.
All these years, and I've done the biggest places you could ever do. But it's always there. I don't care if it's a club, a theater, an arena. It's always there.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, when I talk about bringing a crowd to me, I told you I'll tell you about New Year's.
Yeah.
So I'm in Austin, New Year's Eve, where I'm just supposed to do the little here's to you.
The cheers.
You know,
Sucking your dick.
Yeah, sucking my dick. And it's funny how you remembered that part. And so in the dressing room, you know, because you got some time. It's a big show. He's bringing on all the Kill Tony guys, and then now and then he puts in like I'm a special guest to him.
Yeah.
So I'm just like looking at a pad and Sugar Plum sitting there going, what are you looking at? No, just some notes, you know. She goes, why? I go, because she gets nervous.
Mm-hmm.
She doesn't come from the stand-up world,
Yeah.
you know. She dealt with radio, you know, Stern and all that
and
stuff.
I do acting before doing stand-up, so
No, but
it's just different.
she's asking why I'm looking at the pad. She goes, I thought you're just going to go up there and do the toast. So I said to her, I go, listen, do you think I'm going to go on a stage in front of 18,000 people and do 10 seconds? I go, this goes out to millions of people. Tony will understand, believe me.
Mm-hmm.
But what are you going to, I go, don't worry what I'm going to do. Okay? So I come up there, and the guy that was on before me was one of his regular guys. And they're blowing up the arena between him yelling at the panel and the arena going nuts. And he goes, and he gives me this great intro. And they had a wrestler there that night, The Undertaker. So I come up, he gives me this big intro. The music is great, everything. I cut the music. And I go, yeah, The Undertaker, I fucked him. Big laugh. Okay? It's always going to get a laugh, that kind of thing. But then I get quiet. Now, this is an arena. And I could have just kept it going. And I look over at Tony, and I go, like this. You know, now you could almost feel the crowd start to, like, what's going on here? So I get the one big laugh. And I go, you know, I shouldn't have even come up here tonight. And he's looking at me like, you're ruining the show. And I look at the band, I'm sorry, you know. And I go, I'm not going to do this bit. This is one of my big bits that at the end it kills, right?
Yeah.
But as I'm doing the bit, you know, it starts out where I go, you know, I tell her, you know, when I'm packing, you know, I follow a list. A lot of people don't know that. And he's looking at me like, yes, so, you know, I go like, fingerless gloves, check, gets a little laugh, you know. I go, but she does make a noise, and I go over and I'm like, shut up. Just shut up. Right? And I write another thing, check, she makes another noise.
Who's making a noise?
And I go over to her and I said, shut the fuck up now. Do you understand that? And now, I can't tell you the whole bit because it's a killer.
Oh, it's a
Okay.
bit on stage.
It's a bit.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I thought you were talking.
Tony don't know it. Nobody knows it. You could hear if somebody,
Drop
if a
it.
penny started coming down the aisle, you would hear it. That's how quiet from them going berserk 3 minutes earlier to just nothing. So if the punch of the bit what didn't work, it's just over. Like you bombed.
Yeah.
But I know it's going to work because I've done it, and it's a certain method of comedy even that I
And being
developed.
comfortable in that silence, which a lot of people aren't. They
you
have
have
to
no
race. I need to laugh.
Do you know, I used to do, when I would do all those arenas, so you're going to kill because they're there for you.
Yeah.
You know, you got 18,000 screaming maniacs, and they called what I went through Dice Mania because it wasn't even like comic, joke, setup, whatever, big laugh, back to the comic, back to another setup. It was screaming throughout my shows, every show. It was more than just about any rock band you'd ever hear. The insanity of the crowd is what scared the media.
Yeah.
Okay. So as I'm killing about, I don't know, it could be 20, 25 minutes in, I tell a joke that I know is just going to fall flat. And it's just going to end the mania of the room and bring them to nothing. You know, and the joke was, I go, so it's unbelievable, you know. You pull into the Chevron station, you got to get, you know, fill up your car with gas, and they check the oil, and then it's all the way you say it also. I go, and then, you know, they give you a cup. Dead silence, because there's no joke. Just silent. And then this is what I would do, because that's a challenge to me, because now I got to dig out, you know. And it would work because I had plenty of material, but I used to love to test myself.
That's interesting.
In these arenas, you know, where, what happened?
He thought it was funny, the cup,
Oh, okay.
the cup joke.
But I used to love to, it's great to kill, but then I want to just end it and see if I could bring them back.
That's
which is what The Day the Laughter Died was all about.
Yeah.
Of doing all this non-material to an audience of people that don't even necessarily know you.
Yeah.
You know, and the album. So, like, even like Joe Rogan will call, like, what I do, like out in the street, the videos, he goes, it's almost like The Day the Laughter Died, but it's live. Mm-hmm. Because you have no idea what the reaction of the person's going to be. Yeah. You know, Dice is walking over going one-man show, and he does a poem, and a guy walks away.
Yeah.
You know?
No, I love it.
And that's what I love. Yeah. You know, oh, it's so much fun to do. Now, like I say, most comics are they're insecure. They just are about, so they need those laughs.
It's weird though, because I feel sometimes more comfortable just going up and like doing like kind of women on the street stuff than I do sometimes on stage.
It's fun.
It's fun. That's like what I love.
But
like,
you're
I did it
doing the
with you
right
that
thing
day.
going up 2 and 3 times
I
a night.
remember. It was the day before yesterday.
You know.
Yeah.
And is your first line the opening of I'm from Orlando, I'm from Florida?
Yeah, I like talk about that and
what else?
And my appearance and, you know, but I think
What's the appearance? What do you wear?
lately I've been trying to like I used to go on stage like in like tight outfits, show the body, but now I'm like enjoying kind of just going like not looking frump but just looking like normal. Sometimes like I mean you going up on stage looking like the gorgeous gentleman that you are, like, you know,
It's understandable.
It distracts you know.
Perhaps I should.
No, but so now it's more like this, like jeans.
Yeah,
and-
more casual.
That's okay.
Yeah, well, I mean, what would you say? Rock it, tits out on a platter, and show them what you got, or like dress it down?
You used to show your tits.
You'd show the titties.
You're such an idiot.
The tit show.
What's your advice for her, John? Let's see what you think she should wear.
whatever makes you feel confident.
Tits on a platter.
Well, I don't know. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Because
It does
remember
talk
that
a little off color.
when remember in the 80s, everybody, I don't know, maybe it was Jerry started it. They'd wear, or Miami Vice, so they'd wear the sport jacket with the sleeves rolled up and a T-shirt, and everyone started wearing the same thing.
Yeah.
That's what you wear if you're a stand-up. And when I started doing it, I remember at first you start trying to talk like it. No, I don't know. But then after a while, I started thinking, I don't dress like that. And I go, I'm just going to wear what I wear normally that I feel, I feel comfortable.
Well, now he wears the fancy.
It doesn't matter.
Hugo Grant shirts, right? What's the name of them?
Robert Grant.
Robert Grant.
But it doesn't matter. Sometimes I don't wear that and I feel more relaxed.
Yeah.
Instead of trying to prove it. I just think, if it's a fancier place or Vegas or a casino, I'll dress nicer. But then some clubs, it's like you're in Austin, Texas. Well, I don't know, wear jeans and relax, and they can relate to you more. But you have your outfit.
You have your look.
I got a lot of cut off leather vests that I wear on stage.
Right, but if I wear that, I would feel like an idiot.
Well, that's not you. I'm just saying.
Right, it's not me. I'm not saying you're an idiot.
You're in the grain.
I mean, I am saying that, but I'm saying you wear what you feel comfortable wearing.
I liked this fit today.
But if I wore it, I would look like a
beachwear.
Dice beachwear, it's great. I gotta get.
But I'm saying it's wearing what you make confident. Like auditions, people go, "What should I wear?" I go, "Whatever makes you feel like confident or feel like the character, wear that." Same in a movie. What do you wear? Whatever makes you feel like the character you're playing.
Yeah,
it doesn't matter.
If I was you, going on like this is fine.
Yeah.
But you ever get a shot with a special, you do it up.
Yeah, you get all glammed up.
What do you like to do it up?
Do it up.
Do it up.
Up what?
But I do when I'm in concert.
Do you?
Yeah.
I think you should. Someone's going to see a show. You want to look. You want to.
You got to look a certain way. Good. But I have a complete image. On stage. And what's funny about the image, it's hard to explain it like in this documentary I'm doing, because a lot of that image is me.
Yeah.
Like the leather jackets, for instance,
I'm
wearing since I'm a kid.
Yeah, that's
so that's very real. That is Dice, but it's also Andrew. It's hard to explain it.
Yeah.
But I know you, and
no, we're talking
one of my
about
good
the
friends,
dress code.
I know Judy Toll. Remember Judy?
Yeah.
She was in the Groundlings, and she was a great at improv, but she was also a stand-up at the Comedy Store, and she loved Andrew, so she started doing. It was hilarious. I think she told me she asked you Andrea Dice Clay.
But she knew me well. She
told me she asked you. I remember she told me, I said, could I do it? And he goes, yeah. So it was fun. It was like a
takeoff of
an homage to him, and she got permission and she did it. I don't. But it was funny.
I'm not the stage guy.
But she knew you. My point is, you're more like that movie you did, Casual Sex, with the question mark, and Judy starred in it. That was a musical at the Groundlings that I was in. I played two parts, but the part that Andrew played was based on the characters that I did.
Got it.
But they made it different too. But you're actually more like that, I think, in real life than the guy on stage. You told me it's like a character.
Yeah, because it's a persona. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So.
And in my world,
the way I'm talking to you right now is who I am.
Yeah, that's.
And I'm not always cursing. I'm not always, No,
you
it's
aren't.
not. But before, when we were talking about, the Tangy Tuna Tower. Remember that? The glazed donut hole.
I remember it. I was there.
The beefy, hairy roast beef, hairy pot pie.
Hairy pot
that's
pie.
More
split pea soup.
That's the stage stuff.
I love that though.
No, there's no split pea soup.
No.
Moose glove.
Moose glove.
Vaginal pie.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
Vaginal pie. You think that beats hairy roast beef?
No, I'm just saying, is that part of it or not?
Only come up with something if it's going to top.
Do you notice anything when you say that stuff? she laughs when I say it. She's like, oh.
No, I said okay. Like, whoa, that was a strong. I wasn't saying it was bad.
Oh, that was too far.
No, I wasn't saying it was too
But
far.
beefy stew.
I'm not saying any of it's too far. I love it all. It's all welcome here.
Yeah, you don't say like stick my stucco stick in her mouse trap unless you mean it. Can you even say that?
Yeah, but I'm not
Let
going
me hear
to.
you say it.
No.
Here you say.
Say something about your
What?
stucco stick.
Stick my stucco stick in a mouse trap. Oh. I actually played him on Saturday Night Live.
Yes. Wait, why do I feel like I've seen that clip?
Because you've seen it?
Yeah, because I've seen.
We had a good time when he hosted. It was fun.
Yeah, that was.
Oh, we're not going to go into that.
No, I'm not. I'm just saying we had a good time, and there were some good
That's when me and
sketches.
John
We
became
can wrap it
friends.
up.
Ridiculous Bull,
Yeah.
Yeah.
1990. That was your idea. A
Cool
spoof
Mike.
of.
And you guys were just at SNL looking sharp as hell on the.
He was hosting, and I was.
No, the 50th. I'm talking about.
Oh, the 50. Oh, we switched it. I was talking
sorry.
about when he hosted.
Oh, you were when he was hosting.
No, but he had if you get to see it, it's called Ridiculous Bull. It's out there, and it was a spoof of Raging Bull, and it was his idea, and it was really fun.
So fun.
And the cold opening was great. Yeah, it was a great show. It was a lot of fun. And then you probably don't remember this. Afterward, we went to dinner the next week, and he goes, "Can I pick your brain about comedy and timing and how to be funny?"
Yeah, I remember.
Remember that? Mm-hmm. So I told him everything I knew, and he goes, and after that, he goes, "I'm like 100 times better just because of your advice."
So he's the one you really should listen
Do
to.
you remember that?
Of course.
I listened to everything. Everything
I
John
think I
tells.
even gave you a little money. You remember that?
No, but I'd like to now.
I listen to everything. John, you know I listen
No.
to everything you say. Any advice John gives me, I
So
take.
do
from
you
Yeah,
him.
but
go
he's been
on
doing
the-
it
do you
twice
go
as
on
long
the
as me.
road
That's
at
why I said
all?
ask
Have you
him.
done that?
No, I act too, so I'm here like doing all that, and
All right, so how much
So-
time do you have on stage?
I'm at like 8-10. I've only been doing it 3 years.
3 years is a
Is it-
lot if
is-
you're doing a lot of sets.
If you're doing it enough. But I get
Yeah, but she's
distracted.
been
how
getting
much
up a
time-
lot recently,
How much
not
time
before.
do you do up there?
8 to 10 is my
Okay.
is
But do you have more?
yeah, I feel like I just don't believe in myself enough right now. I feel like I'm in this kind
Now
of
you haven't believed in yourself since I met you, and she's accomplished. That's the thing. It's just stupid because well,
Have you
I don't,
done
you're
what
not
are the
you're not
acting
stupid,
things?
but
Do you
the
have
done
credits?
the
tons,
denial of the
tons.
self-belief.
Movies?
Yes, David Spade puts her in movies. She did the Carl's Jr. commercial. She's done a lot. She just did a movie with Tommy
sir.
Lee Jones and James Franco. She just did a movie
I love
again with
Franco.
David Spade again. Yeah, she can. She's a
Love
professional
Franco.
actress and a performer.
like the acting I'm very
I
confident.
was saying she's a professional actress and a performer.
Yes, but she keeps doubting herself.
Yeah, don't doubt yourself.
Yeah.
Don't doubt yourself.
I'm done with it. I'm done with this like petty party. I'm ready to just, balls to the
No,
walls
you
and
got
do
to
it.
get on every night.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know.
Do it. Sitting next to you legends, I feel all pumped up.
Well, me, I get. But
How long?
We're done.
are you a legend
We're wrapping this up.
in your own mind?
You know what it is? I think they pushed the legend stuff too much with everybody today.
Yeah.
It's almost if you're doing something.
If
more
you
than
lasted longer.
7 years, you're a legend. I really feel you need to have accomplished something.
But I say that,
get that.
to you guys. I wouldn't.
No, the
I
truth
don't
is,
throw that
they'll write
list.
articles and they go, comedy legend John Lovitz and this, and I go, legend? I go,
Yeah,
I'm,
that's what
I'm
I
trying to
would say.
keep my career going. If I'm such a legend, where are all the millions of job offers?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, they're coming. You just watch out,
Watch
I'm,
it.
I'm waiting.
because I'll mow you down like a steamroller. I'll literally
Trust me.
pick you up
People
and
watching
throw you on
this-
top of the Liberty Tower. I'm not even joking.
People watching this have no doubt as to how tough you are.
Let me tell you something. I'm going to fly you to Dubai. I'm going to throw you up 165 stories on the tallest building in the world.
Is it still there?
Burj Khalifa. It's still there.
Didn't it
And you're
float
going to be
away
like
with the rain they
like
created?
a star on a Christmas tree. You're going to be an ornament.
Did you believe all of that?
And when you land on it with the
Not
needle
even listening to
going
you.
up your butt, that's when you'll go, oh.
Not even listening to you, right?
Yeah, well, everyone else is.
What about the rain that they created?
The what? Rain?
in Dubai. Remember they did that thing where they planted rain?
I mean, cloud
it
seeding?
went
It's
to-
called cloud seeding.
Yeah, and it went too far.
No, I don't remember that.
You saw that, right?
They made it.
I was there performing, and they
There
have
used to be a line gangsters would use going, I'll make it rain. And now you really could.
Yeah.
well, there has to be clouds, and then they put like some kind of salt in it. It's called cloud seeding. But Dubai, have you been? Dubai's amazing, and I was there like I think 20 years ago,
Yeah.
and they have like a mall, like just like Topanga Plaza Mall used to be like not fancy, and they have indoor skiing
Yeah, no interest.
in the
You
mall. Then they have
Have a good time in
at
Dubai.
a regular food court. They have waiters in tuxedos serving you McDonald's
Yeah.
or whatever,
Chick-fil-A.
Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Chick-fil-A.
I like the Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, they have that.
You ever have the orange drink over there?
Orange creamsicle.
Yeah,
No,
at
but it used to
Chick-fil-A.
be Orange
Chick-fil-A.
Julius. I had that.
All right, do you know how to wrap the show up?
I'm
And
trying-
Try that.
I'm
You're the one who
trying to
keeps
get it-
going. Our guest
Andrew
today
Dice Clay,
has
you're-
been Andrew Dice Clay.
That I think I will say that was
Do you
that
think
was
we
our
did a good episode?
that was our longest podcast we've ever done.
I enjoyed it.
I really
it.
enjoyed hearing you were incredible.
I enjoyed it. I didn't particularly care for your
Keep doing the
attitude.
stand-up.
Thank you.
You retire, but you're going to do great.
Oh, thank you, Andrew.
Thank you for doing the show,
No, you were great. You were
Mr.
great.
Clay.
You're welcome.
Keep posting the
It was my
videos on
pleasure.
Instagram.
No, we were
with me.
thrilled to have you. I really appreciate it.
This was really,
Thank
really
you.
fun. Okay,
and
let's
sorry
get you guys
I was
on the road.
funnier than you. Sorry.
It's okay.
Any hoots.
Sometimes you got to give somebody a bone.
You gonna deny it? That's right.
All right, turkeys.
You better watch your step.
See, she runs from you when it's over.
You do. I'm like the second it's done.